Hello and welcome as we are in the midst of a very well-packed day on the World First Aid Day. I'm sure all of you have been, some of you outside, still going on with your endurance. Some of you fastened your seatbelts to the kind of programs and the sessions that's been happening, marathon sessions right from morning. So today right now we are here for a very special next few minutes to be talking to our patrons, a co-sponsor of ALERTATHON 2020. They say that, if you want to go fast or walk fast or run fast, do it alone. But if you want to go far, then you got to go together. You got to collaborate, you got to find partners, and then you know that you can go far. And in that journey of ALERTATHON and at Alert's cause of saving lives, we're so fortunate to have a patron and a sponsor in Altimetrik and the Vatikoti Foundation. And we have with us today two people, two senior management people representing the organizations. We have the pleasure of having Mr. Ranga Kanapathy, the head of engineering and India Technology Center, Altimetrik, and Ms. Sujatha Rajesh, client partner, APAC, Altimetrik. Hi, Ranga. Hi, Sujatha. Wonderful that you could join us this afternoon.
Hey, Rajesh. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Glad to be here.
I also have, we both on the screen have been off and on making appearances, some guest and some host appearances. I also have with me Coach K, the event director of ALERTATHON 2020. Hi, Coach.
Thank you, Rajesh. Hi.
Yeah, so I will probably just set the ball roll with Ranga and Sujatha. First of all, thank you from Alert side to support the cause and also sponsor the ALERTATHON 2020 event. Can probably get started with our audience, our viewers, our runners, participants, all of them to know a little more about you, about yourself as individuals, and also about your the company that you represent. Probably Ranga, you can go first.
Thanks, Rajesh. And by the way, it's great to be part of such a good organization for a good cause. So very happy to be part of it. And I think in the last 2-3 days, I'm seeing a good progression, and I'm closely watching what's happening in the hackathon. So, in fact, our people, close to 200 people are participating in this. They are so excited. Some of them, you can't even believe that they're so excited that I've not even seen them walking, or this guy actually running. So it's very nice. And thanks to Sujatha for pushing them so hard. And they're doing it with a lot of passion. So it's really good. And just to give a little bit of background, so I'm Ranga Kanapathy, basically born and brought up in Chennai. Did my commerce in Viveka, then master's in computer in Anna University CEG those days. Then all along been in Chennai, and part mostly was software engineering side of it. Then moved to US for at least over a decade, lived there and been in a lot of startups and fintech companies. And was part of a lot of big names like PayPal, Visas of the world, eBay, and all of that. And been there, done that in the IT industry for over 23, 25 years. And so I was one of the early, I would say, the startups, what we are seeing now. So I had a startup in 1991, wow. Software solutions and hardware solutions then. So always an entrepreneur, and so bit of an sporty side of mine. I used to represent under 19, under 16 Tamil Nadu Cricket Association. So played a lot of cricket, and also represented the South Zone volleyball. And so that was two great things I would say. Was very proud to say and happy to say that. And here and there, always a runner and a general athlete. And also a bit of an other side social cause. So was in Boy Scouts, the Scouts and Guides, and I was a President Award winner. Not winner, I was a President Awardee. This is when R. Venkataman, I received my President Award with R. Venkataman. This is like 1986, 87, I think. So primarily in that space of it, then we conducted various social CSR events and also action social services. So always been in the good mix of the people side of it and the professional side of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I have a very happy family living in Chennai, Palavakkam, coastal. And I have 2 boys, and my wife is a doctor. And boys are, one of them is in 12th grade, long time to be in 12th when the pandemic. The other one is in 5th grade, and very happy. and I represent Altimetrik. Altimetrik is one of the fastest growing digital transformation company, not just in India, across the world. We are leading in our own site. We are close to over $100 million business, and we have close to 2,500 people in APAC and overall 3,000 people across the world. And it's primarily an US-based company, and then we have largest population sitting in India. The second largest is in Uruguay. Then we have a setup in Singapore and Poland. Those are the development centers. We pretty much have business offices all over the world, primarily focusing on modernization of platform and focusing on cloud technologies and data technologies and DevOps. That's where we are. And so we are a very strong product engineering mindset at this. I personally worked in PayPal for over 12 years and in Visa for 10 years, and eBay of the world. So we all come from product engineering, and my leadership team and my boss, everybody coming from the part of the product engineering background. So we are a very technology-based organization. So with the technology, it's a package, right? People get hooked onto the seats, and they hardly move them out of the place. So these kind of things is really, really useful. Something forced, something self-motivated, something it's a win-win situation. And especially given the current situation where people can't even move out of their home, this gives a very good platform for people to be out there and be shaking their bodies and doing some physical activities. And I have to really thank, and this is the first event we're doing, partnering with on a virtual base. We used to conduct virtual meetings, but not a virtual sporty stuff.
Right.
And it's really good. I think these are things which is going to be helping people in the long run. And I'm very happy to be associated with the Alert and the folks in Alert. You guys are really, really amazing. Thanks for being a great partner with us. Anything else, I'll be happy to be anything that I can help out.
Thank you. It was so good to know a little more about yourself and your background and what you do and what the company is into. Quite a prolific profile, I should say. Very glad that we got associated through this initiative as well. And as I speak about background, I think just before we got onto the call, we were also impressed with the background of yours, the real background of yours, with a lot of cups and medals and all of that. Sujatha, and I'll talk to you a little bit, and Coach, you could also now jump in. You've taken, 200 people. I think you have a big role to play in pulling and ensuring that you're inspiring 200 people from within Altimetrik. And I see the posts and the pictures that you post, and I think anybody who would see you in action after that would want to get onto their gears and just get going. So what does endurance and all of this really mean to you, and when did you start doing this? And we're going to talk about the involvement of your employees in ALERTATHON.
Hi Rajesh, hi Coach K. I'm just loving it. I think the association that I've had with ALERTATHON this year has been phenomenal and fantastic. And I love the fact that I've been able to motivate a lot of my colleagues into signing up for this event. We actually ran a drip campaign to ensure there were registrations. Every other day we send them mailers to remind them that this is a cause that they need to support. And given the current pandemic situation, they have to get out and move. And as a result of which, a lot of people who are motivated to sign up, some people needed that extra push. And the best part of it is that, though I hear from Coach K, not many people have signed up on the HTOP platform. We have our own informal WhatsApp groups, including the leadership group. Now, currently the discussion in the groups are only on ALERTATHON, the actual events that they're the runs that they're doing, the walks that they're doing, the cycling that they're doing. You never realize that these people were actually having that hidden side to themselves. And that is simply wonderful. I mean, it's coming out in such a way that everybody's bonding together over something beyond just work and code and the pressures and all of that. And it's just simply wonderful to see that happening. We have a Facebook group called the People of Altimetrik. So people from all over India, wherever they are, now everybody's working from their homes as well. So it's not like they're situated in the 4 cities that we have our offices in. They've all moved to their hometowns. So you find those Strava maps of different places wherever they are. And they keep posting their run, their walk, and then they're so happy to be part of it. And that gives a lot of pleasure and thrill that people are able to do that and feel motivated enough to talk about this cause So as a second step, we also would like to talk about the cost to them. They understand the cost behind the whole thing. They understand how emergency response is very important. And then I try to follow that up with some videos, which you guys have been posted. You guys are putting up amazing content out there. So some of the videos that you guys are putting in, I'm trying to make sure that it is seen by our people, because we have to force it on them. We have to actually send it to them for them to understand that this is what Alert is all about. So thanks, guys. You guys are doing a fantastic job. So I have been totally involved in this year by not just being a part of Altimetrik, but as you know, I'm also one of your global voice ambassadors. So there is a lot of responsibility vested on me to ensure that this is disseminated and internalized to a lot of people. So a part of my Rotary, part of my running group, I belong to Dream Runners and Bessie Dreamers. So my running group is also full strength. Today we had about 15 of us cycling to ensure that we put in the mileage that is required. And it was a very, very fun day today. We're really enjoying it.
Awesome. That's super cool. I like a couple of things that you said. Away from the code was something very pleasing to my ears. So I'm so glad that Alertathon has given that platform for many to set themselves up. Specifically, as also Ranga said, during these times, it really helps. Absolutely really helps. And thanks to your leadership as they take on this responsibility of a global voice ambassador. And spread the word about the cause and the need for first aid and stuff like that. In fact, coach can vouch for it that probably 60 to 75 days back, Alertathon was still a big question mark. We were not sure whether it would even happen this year, but I think virtually it has opened up a lot more possibilities. Ain't that so, coach?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for this. The great opportunity to get to know about people with a lot of common things. I personally feel that the connection with sports and the cause, they're kind of going hand in hand. Every single year, we are seeing that as becoming more obvious now. So those who love sports are able to appreciate much about what Alert is doing, or even I think there is appreciation for life, because when you're running, your heartbeat, when you're cycling, your heartbeat, when you're exercising, the blood circulation. So I personally am able to relate more to the importance, maybe because of my athletics and sports background. And we're also able to strike a beautiful conversation with anybody in that matter. If somebody is into sports, somebody into athletics, we can always talk about saving lives cause and first aid cause. And of course, I feel very happy to have reached out to Sujatha, requesting her to become the voice ambassador. Was a fabulous thing that has happened, because seeing her, her energy levels are always extremely high, right? She looks like a very quiet woman sitting there, but she's very, very active, and her energy is contagious, guys. And that's quite obvious. The time that it took for them to take a decision, I really have to thank and appreciate the management for supporting this cause, and also taking a very quick decision, because engaging 300 people, and especially in a pandemic time where everybody is kind of split across, they're all living at different places, and projects and work related commitments, also pulling out time to even communicate to people authentically. And I've seen some of the posters that went to the Altimetrik employees. Sujatha kept on feeding me that this is the poster that's going next. It's simply amazing. I think that's an incredible leadership, and also the respect for the initiatives that both Altimetrik and Vatikiti Foundation has taken up. Thank you so much for Ranga and also Sujatha for supporting this cause. And for me, I feel I take a lot of pride in being associated with this event, and also as an event director. The event is complete, as Rajesh mentioned, right? So if we have to go longer, we need more collaboration. I think that's the most apt definition of this relationship. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, coach. And I'm just going to go back and talk a little bit about, since we are all having a IT connection and an IT background, and would love to also explore this fact. And anybody can, go with it. Because see, this is one of the problems as such. People complain of and do. We were speaking to a few people in NASCOM. They also tell us in terms of the kind of work style, the kind of lifestyle that comes about, and this kind of a job profile comes with its own sets of challenges. Right, and I've when I used to be at Ford Motor Company, I've heard and seen emails coming at least once a month about some mishap, somebody having a cardiac arrest and all that when they are working, right? And if the number of people losing lives in a workplace also becomes has been increasing on the it has been quite a lot increasing. So the preparedness and the need for emergency response, not simply on the road, in our own workplaces becomes very, very important. So probably share some thoughts on that, Ranga. I mean, in your own experience, in so many years of experience, specifically in this field, and the challenges that comes about with this kind of a profile of work, right? So while yes, we got to engage ourselves in this way of working, but how prepared do we need to be? And probably I would think that's one of the reasons why you very naturally got on to support this cause of saving lives, where we are wanting people to become more prepared to handle emergencies.
Yeah, I think you're hitting the right notch, Rajesh. You won't believe, I was actually a little bit overweight some point in time, like maybe 3 years ago. I was almost like 85, 90 kilo for my height. So it was really overweight, and I could feel my heaviness, and I had several incidents that is not right. So I took a very strong stance and started running. So in small way, probably people. So I used to be doing that, but stopped in between. That was very, very dangerous because pressure is always there. Late night sleep or sleeplessness and wrong food habits or no eating, with all the other pollution that body goes through, it's very, very dangerous. Actually, it's very dangerous. So one fine day I said, you know what, I'm going to change my lifestyle and started running. You won't believe, I don't want anybody else to do it. Within 40 days, I reduced 20 kgs.
Oh.
It's very dangerous, I know. I was completely onto it. I was 84, I came to 64. I said, then I was managing it within 69, 70, and I didn't stop it. Even now, every day I run or cycle, or at least a brisk walking I do. In fact, last month I did close to 900 kilometers on cycle, 100 kilometers running. So in 1 month, that was my target. I did it, and I've seen certain other people, close friend and a colleague. This was in Bangalore. This guy was so healthy, and nobody thought this guy can. All of a sudden, the meeting collapsed, and he could not react. 2 hours, we all thought he's gone. Mm-hmm. Then we have to take him to the hospital, and they said it is purely the habits and no exercise, nothing body is going through. It's sleeping, very late sleep, and bad food habits, and work, very hard work. This is a 3 combination of any IT employee, right? Pretty much a combination.
Right.
And we easily blame it on, oh yeah, everybody's like it, I'm also like that. I think that is what is hitting hard, and people have to take themselves seriously, and the emergency responses and the safety measures and the safety of your own health is very, very key. That is one of the reasons. In fact, we have spent $1 million as a corporate responsibility from Verticality Ventures and Altimetrik. We spent a lot of, we did do a lot of donations and help people who were in pandemic impacted in Chennai, Pune, Hyderabad, and Bangalore, and also Uruguay, US. This we thought when it came, this was perfect win-win situation. We said, okay, let us also carve out some budget for this particular event, and we had some, and that is the reason why it was able to go really quick. We were also prepared and waiting for something good to happen. And Sujatha said, this is purely for that kind of a cause. We said, go for it immediately. So I think the health is very, very important. Yeah, everything else comes and goes, but health is very, very key. And we are trying to push that directly, indirectly, in all forms, and have health camps. And also we have online health Q&A. People can ask doctor any point in time. And we also create a lot of awareness of the other, like Sujatha, we also have many other events that happen within the organization continuously. It's not like sporadic or random, right? We do it in a very organized manner which has actually been very well appreciated by the employees. So that's why when you went with this initiative of ALERTATHON, people said, okay, let me give it a shot. And in fact, leaders is also participating. And by the way, even people from Uruguay is participating. US is participating, our own employees. And in India, almost 25 states are people are participating in this. And we never thought they'll be able to. They're also feeling that they have to get out of comfort zone and be agile and a little bit not be a marathon runner to start with, at least active, right? That is very, very key. And emergency response, safety and health is very, very important. I completely agree with that. And if you're not taking care of that, I think we will have lots more issues coming pretty soon with psychological also. It's mental and physical, right? So people will hit both sides. And I think people say in IT, we age fast.
Right.
The new 80s, 60s for us. That's how people say. And even the BP measure, if you go to doctor and say, the BP vital for an IT guy, they say, no, your IT guy, this is fine, you go. High BP, perfectly fine. I said, come on, I'm also a human being, right? So that is all changing, which is very wrong and dangerous. I think the awareness through whatever you guys are doing, it's a perfect timing, and we have to do lots more is what I would say, not just stopping on this, making a practice where they can change the lifestyle itself is very, very key. I think in that way, I would say it's a great initiative that you guys are doing, and very happy to be part of that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you so very much. This support means a lot to us, and also you brought out all these points so very right. Specifically, also from an IT industry background, you know, I mean, it's a high one of the serious contributors to the number of people losing lives to sudden cardiac arrest. If you took an industry census, right, and the survival rate in India, if anybody had an experience of SCA, is 0%. You know, it's not even you can't even say, it's not even worth saying a number, unfortunately. So it just calls in for one, preventive, and all the health aspects of not getting into those, finding ourselves get into those emergencies. But if we were, then we better build a society around us where we are more prepared and there are systems that can respond and stuff like that. So wonderful thoughts. In fact, we're very happy that to find a pattern in all of you and in Altimetrik, in Vattikutti Foundation, in you, Ranga. As I speak to you, I sort of also see, you know, you are quite, you know, you are plugged into this particular, you know, the health and the cause itself. And maybe before we close, any other closing remarks? Sujatha, you have. I see that you've also taken on this GVA responsibility and very actively doing so. This cause must be meaning a lot to you. So any remarks from you on that?
Yes, Rajesh. Couple of things that I wanted to say. I mean, I've been having these conversations with people as to, how do you find the time to go take care of your fitness activity? I said, you're not supposed to find time. You're supposed to make time for it. You have to make that your priority. That's primarily because you need to be sure that you are fit and fine, and you should be able to handle the emergencies at home. But more so importantly, in this scenario of alert, I have realized that we all need to be trained. We all need to be aware of what we should do under circumstances of an emergency at home, an emergency on the road. We're runners, so we find such emergencies happening. We could have this emergency at home. We're generally clueless as to what to do at that point in time. So I believe that apart from just taking care of a fitness, we must invite alert into our own organizations to train people, to make them alert on what the important steps of resuscitation is all about. And that's very key. It requires continuous. It's not something that I attend a workshop, I'm an expert at it. No, I have attended a workshop. I would feel that I would need to attend several workshops to understand and to be able to respond when the time comes. And that's the key here. So I think alert, you guys are doing a phenomenal job, but then you still have the world open for you. And I'm sure that everybody, the awareness that you guys are bringing in, everybody should open their doors and allow you in to train themselves better to manage responses at home or outside. So kudos to you guys too.
Oh, wonderful.
Thanks for giving me the opportunity.
Wonderful, and thank you for these very encouraging words. It means, as I said, means a lot to us, and also gives us the further confidence to move on. And as you said, the world is much large out there, and what we want to set out to do, the simple statement that Dr. Kalam made in 2007 to us, one in every family needs to be trained. It's a very simple sentence, but very, very powerful and goal-oriented, a sentence that he told us. And 140,000 trained so far, but one in every family actually translates to maybe 25 crore people as far as India is concerned. So it's not going to be possible without coming together of people, coming together of institutions, corporates, and all of us, as many institutions are possible. And we could not have gotten together and on a better time or a better date than today, the World First Aid Day, where we are talking about this cause, talking about how we all can make a much larger impact. So we are very glad, so super glad that we have your support in this journey, and we look forward to doing more along with you. And as this, we just owe this to ourselves. We are not even doing it for somebody. We just owe all of this to ourselves. I would think so. So I take this opportunity to thank you, Ranga and Sujatha, for taking time out today. I'm sure it must have been it's a long day, and it's probably another a few more hours left. So thank you so much on behalf of all the trustees at the board at Alert. We are extremely grateful to you for the support, and we're just hoping that this will be the beginning, and we will have a long journey ahead together towards empowering our society to handle emergencies a lot better. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Rajesh, and thank you, Coach, and wish you good luck. And like you said, yes, of course, a lot of opportunities to collaborate and partner. So look forward. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.